It's best friend in a handbag time.
Yep.
So pop me out of your purse and put me on your stove. I want something to eat. Babies, babies, babies. I'm T Styles, and joining me today is
C-Wash, what up?
we talking about something sensitive.
Ooh, let me load up my guns.
Real sensitive, y'all. And it really needs to be discussed. And I'm gonna tell you why this topic needed to be discussed or how this came to be. We are talking about top reasons your peach stinks.
Whoa.
Okay. And the reason why this came up, I actually have this listed as one of my top 50 things your friend would tell you if they think you can handle it, book that's coming out soon. But I wanted to address it now because I was listening to this podcast with these two young ladies, and they were talking about that sex stinks. And I'm like, when you're 18 and you don't know what's going on with your body, yes. But
Drinking enough water.
you walk into, we can't give them everything yet.
Oh, okay. I'm
Can't
sorry.
give them everything yet because
I jumped out there.
we're gonna talk about a lot of things. We're gonna talk about the reasons why.
Okay.
But if you're young and under 20, I'll even give you 25 if you still don't know, then okay, it makes sense why your peach could possibly be stinking. But if you're in your 30s, in your 40s, and you haven't understood the body mechanics or why your chemistry is off, this is what we're going to be talking about today. Okay. This is what we're going to be talking about because these two podcasters said that it's natural. There should be an odor and all of these things. Absolutely not. Your vagina should not have an odor stemming about it all day long unless there's an issue. Okay. Unless there's an issue. And we're going to get into that. But I want to talk about some situations where this could really kick up. Okay. And I've actually experienced it a few times from people. Imagine you are in the gym.
Okay.
You hanging out with your friend. Y'all getting y'all reps in. And then all of a sudden, your friend starts maybe separating from you a little bit, but you don't know why.
Oh,
this is one of the reasons why we want to address this situation. Because some of y'all are being extended on, like folks are being like over there, and you don't even know it. So if you're working out with people and you see that maybe you didn't get another call back or anything,
oh man.
It's possible that you could have an issue going on. And this is another reason why I'll be promoting real friends.
Yes.
Because a real friend,
Tell
she gonna pull you up. He gonna pull you up.
Yes.
Maybe something that's off.
What's going on?
Because there's such a thing as nose blindness.
That's true. Which is scary, but it's true.
Oh my God. I remember like I had a friend who said that she doesn't cook fried chicken in her house because it be over everything. So she watched cook all this fried chicken one time, and you know we was about to go out.
I did.
And when we walked out, we grabbed our coats. We could smell it.
Yes.
On our clothes.
Yes.
And in our hair because we don't have nose blindness. First of all,
right.
all in my wig, you know, all I could smell it.
Yeah.
But if it's always you may be at the gym and you may not know.
Wow.
Imagine this scenario. You got a roommate, or you are that roommate. Let's say you are the person with that body odor or that stinky peach. And all of a sudden, you may be asked to leave. Maybe you see your friend, your roommate spraying certain areas when you leave or spraying the bathroom behind you.
Oh, man.
I want you to be afraid because we got to talk about the things that you probably don't know because there is no reason why a peach should kick up in this regard. But the lie is out there that the peach should have this strong odor. Every peach has its scent.
Yeah.
But it's never offensive. And you should be able to take your panties off and not wake up the neighborhood.
Oh.
Okay. This is another scenario why we want to address this. Because you could be walking around in at work. Coming up to people's cubicles.
Oh.
Now I've had this happen to me.
Man, me too.
And that person was known. as the person that had the stinky peach. And I'm not lying.
No, that's
We
fact.
worked for the same
We were at the
company.
same job where this occurred. Absolutely
There
right.
was a girl,
There was a
and
girl.
she had a stinky peach, and it was bad. I don't even know if it was a peach, to be honest. It was
Yeah,
it just stunk.
we never really confirmed what it was.
What it was. God rest her. So I think she passed away, didn't she?
Now you're giving away too much. But yeah.
Oh, well, not really, because a lot of people passed away.
That's true.
What made this
But
more
yes.
offensive is that in the cubicle, your peach is right here when you walk up to me asking me questions. That's what made it highly offensive.
I hope I can make it
very
through this.
disrespectful.
I swear, I hope I can make it to this topic. Oh man.
You could be the one with the stinky peach and then getting on the bus. No available seats, and you got to go to the back. So you got to walk past everybody. Your peach drifting past everybody, going to the back, because these podcasters told you that every peach has a strong odor. Right. This is why we have to talk about this. How would you know? First of all, being lesbian or bisexual, I have been with both men and women, and I have smelled other peaches besides mine, and they have been some offensive peaches. So you say, well, you can't talk. I can. I also own a peach. Yeah. And when I was younger, I knew certain things that I was doing. That, you know how you know that there's a difference when you were young and then you get older and you start doing different things and then you realize, feel the difference. Amen. For instance, I was big on the Lipton iced teas, and I would put sugar in my tea that was already sweetened. It was a lot of times it was extra sweet tea, put more sugar in it. And I would do that with sodas and all that kind of stuff, barely drinking water. Started getting these migraines. And so I said, you know what, let me just take all of this out of my diet, sodas and everything. I felt the immediate difference in my peach. Yeah. Now, she didn't stink up, at least we don't know. You know, so how do you know you have nose blindness? But I felt like when I'm going to the bathroom and then it coming out, it felt thicker than it would when I cut out all sodas. And to this day, that's been many, many years. My main beverage is water. You be hard pressed to find me catch it with a soda. Right. That's why I don't have no bumps on my face and all those kind of things. It's true. And so the chemistry is different. So we have to talk about this, friends, because there are lies out there. You should not have sex with your male partner, and God forbid you into women, honey, where you expect her to put her face down there or do some kind of scissoring motion and it be stinking up. We need to address these things. So before we get into it, I want to talk about some things that are beyond the immediate control that you're still going to have to work on. Okay. Medical conditions. Yes. Okay. That could be impacting the peach and also the body. Yes. And then once we make sure and let it be said, because not everybody got one of the ones on his list. Some folks is off. Yeah. Then we can get down to the heart of the matter on why you are having this issue. What did you want to add to this, C-Wash? I don't want to get in the way, but I agree 100% with what you said about the water. I was one that did not drink a lot of water when I was younger. And the telltale was getting older and realizing, oh man, there's a difference. There's a difference. There's a big difference between drinking no water at all, or very, very, very little, and keeping water in your diet. We have to talk. Mm-hmm. We have to talk. Okay. So let's go with one of the ones. So I wanted to be fair with this. Okay. Because the whole thing came out. They were talking on this podcast. One of the young ladies, I believe she was a lesbian too. Okay. And she said something about being with another woman and then it's stinking. And the other podcaster was like, you got to understand it's going to be smells when you have sex. I was highly offended. Yeah, nah, bro. But let's say you have something called hyperhidrosis. This is a medical condition which causes excessive sweating. Okay. So the more you move, the more you sweat. And when you sweat, of course, you making environments by which bacteria can grow all over things. Correct. Yeah. You know, it can be hard to kind of get this under control. Sometimes people get shots and all of those things. Yeah. But if this is steroid shots. Yes. Mm-hmm. If this is you definitely want to go see your doctor, because that can absolutely impact the peach. Peach is always sweating, always hot. So bacteria already down there. Now, you're already warm environment.
Yeah.
And so you're doing more, right? Because you have this issue. Then I'm not talking to you.
All right.
I want you to go get yourself checked and then make sure that you can do what you can do.
Correct.
Which is making sure that you stay dry as possible, changing your clothes when you can. If you got hyperhidrosis, you may not want to be out all day and then go, all day at work and then go to an event to get some drinks unless you change your clothes. There are so many places. I was big on van life. And I was surprised at how many places there were of showers.
Yes, yeah.
Not just at Planet Fitness, but like there are actual stores, gas stations.
Yeah.
You can take a shower. Maybe that's something that you would have to do.
That's true.
Before you go to this event, you may not want to go home. Maybe there's a Planet Fitness, you want to grab a shower. But so those are the things you may want to take care of if you have this. Again, I'm not talking to you, but you definitely want to try to get it under as much control as you can. Hormonal changes. And there are some things that we're going to talk about that still can cause hormonal changes that you are able to handle. But in this instance, you may have be dealing with puberty, maybe going through menopause. And even with menopause, there's some things that slight body. I'm not giving you you shouldn't be stinking up.
Nah.
But let's say you're trying to get it under control. Thyroid issues.
Yeah. Just had a baby and your body haven't snapped back the same.
It boils down to, in most cases, sweating.
Yeah.
Particularly at night and things like that. I'm not really talking to you. You definitely want to go and get this taken care of because it's going to still cause a stinky peach if you're not getting under control. But at least it's not your fault, especially if you're going through menopause.
Yeah.
Diabetes, which are poorly managed, can lead to something called ketoacidosis.
Oh.
And remember, we used to put ourselves in keto.
I remember that.
And it has a sweet smelling breath thing.
Yes.
That can come out in your body odor, especially if you're not drinking water and helping it flush out. I find the
toxins out.
You got to flush these toxins out.
Yep.
That's why I say it's poorly managed. You want to get these things out of your body so that your peach doesn't stink in your ass. So that's something that, you want to talk to your doctor about. I may not necessarily be talking about you. I can be if you're not managing it.
Yeah.
Liver or kidney disease.
Wow, I didn't know that.
When the liver is not able to flush itself.
Again, toxins.
You got toxins that are building up in the body.
Makes sense.
And so it's coming out in your pits, in your dips, in your peach.
Wow. I'm
not talking to you. You just want to make sure you manage this as much as possible. Go talk, follow your doctor's orders. I do know just drinking water and staying hydrated does a lot of things. Metabolic disorders. Like it's called trimethylamuria.
Oh wow.
trimethylamuria. It's also known as fish odor syndrome.
Oh, wow.
And it can cause the body to emit these strong odors. And it says these disorders can involve the inability to break down specific compounds, which are then released in sweat, breath, and urine.
Wow.
So those things, if you got the fish odor syndrome, oh, baby, I feel for you.
Man.
You know what that
reminded me of?
Trichomonas?
The dogs.
Oh yeah. Oh,
remember
they
had the anal
sometimes they
gland,
and then they got in the jump.
Yes.
And they wanted somebody to squeeze them out.
Yeah, to squeeze it out. Yes.
Oh my goodness. Yes, I forgot
that
about that.
That was terrible. Oh my gosh.
Those are the ones I could find. I'm sure there are more.
I'm sure. Yeah.
But let's talk why. Let's talk about it being the truth. Let's be clean and clear. Not clean. Let's be clear on this.
Let's go.
There is no reason why you should walk into a room and smell somebody that has been having sex. I'm sorry. Unless you have something medical.
Yeah.
There should be no reason. I'm going to try off the top of my head to list enough.
That's having freaky, funky sex.
Freaky who?
Freaky, funky sex.
I don't.
You just came from the gym.
If you want to have freaky, funky sex, then that's on you. I'm not something. That's not something I'm into.
No. At all.
I don't have any sex without being clean.
Correct.
No, that's just me.
100.
And I think I do myself a disservice. So I'm not telling y'all to, if y'all want to jump in and do that, that's whatever. But we're not talking to you either. If you are fully aware that we both stink, then that's okay.
Right.
And see, watch, I may want you to write this. You got your iPad? You don't got your iPad?
I do. Yeah, I got it.
I want you to write these in case I forget.
All right.
Okay. Number one, where you may be having an odor issue where it's causing a problem while you're having sex. If you left in a tampon. This is one of the reasons why some people don't even like using tampons.
Yeah.
Because if you are rushing and you are not being present, then you can push one up while the other one is still there and it be an issue.
Oh, man.
The key, though, if we're going to go back to what we talked about earlier today, if you don't have nose blindness, you should know within 24 hours you left that thing in there. You should know it. I want to be honest with you guys. I smell my panties. I smell them.
She do.
I want to know what's going on. And I can, and sometimes I had too much something on this list. And I think you should be that good with your body. Somebody can say, oh, no, whatever. Hey, copy this, put it on all platforms. I said what I said. I look at my poop when I get out, when I get off the toilet, make sure there's no blood in it or make sure it's healthy. And I smell my panties. And I have never had an issue where I'm smelling it and then it's fish. It's always a light, it's not even an odor, but it's almost like I can't even have no words for it. Okay. So, but if you have a tampon up in there, you should smell that fish smell within 24 hours. Yeah. If you don't, it could last longer. And let me tell you something, you can die.
Oh, yeah.
From having a tampon in you.
That's toxic shock syndrome.
So let's say you out here having sex and you smelling like fish because you couldn't wait or you didn't want to whatever, then it could be an issue. Number two, you're not drinking enough water. Now I could have said this first, but we talking about like really offensive. So I wanted to just throw that out there.
Right.
You're not drinking enough water. When women tell me I don't drink water, I already know they stink.
Yep.
And then you're going to be like, no, I don't. Ask my husband. I have asked people on the side because I knew this to be true. Hey, when folks say, no, I don't stink. And then you talk to them like, they don't. They may not be telling you.
Yep.
But it could be an issue.
Yep.
Because the body, listen what we're talking about here. We're talking about drinking sodas that have toxins in them, loaded with sugars. A lot of them have colorings in them that could be can be damaging. They're throwing off your hormones. So and you just pouring more and more in your body. You probably ain't eating fresh fruit and salad and all that kind of stuff to help kind of balance this stuff. Right. And so all you're drinking is sodas and stuff like that. You are going to have an odor. I don't care what they tell you.
It's true.
Did you want to add anything to what I've said so far?
No, because you hitting them. You're hitting it 100%. That water thing is major.
It's major.
Major. And I did want to go back on that tampon thing. Like you said, you'll definitely know within that 24 hours. Sometimes you don't know you had one in there and you try to put another one in, whatever. But your tampon shouldn't be in but for so long anyway. So you gotta, if you're keeping them in there too long, that's dangerous anyway.
And we're talking real, guys. Yeah. You know, like we're talking real, because the conversation that's out there that sex should smell is a lie. And I've had both. I've had both kinds. I've had both kinds. And I'm telling you that when there was been an issue, I've know it, and I've kind of got my things, and then this is not going down. So don't believe that.
So true.
Water, tampons. This is another one that people don't think about. Drinking things that are highly filled with sugars. We kind of talked about with it, but its brother is drinking sodas and sugars and things like that, because you're throwing off the microbiome or the micro thing for your gut, babies. Yeah. You're throwing it off.
Right.
And you're causing yeast and things to run throughout your body. And when you do that, it's going to touch your vagina. It's going to touch your armpits. in everywhere that you have lymph nodes,
Mhm.
it's trying to help clean it out of your body. And so you're going to have issues in your pits along the lines, in the sides of your legs around your vagina and through your vagina. You're going to have these issues when you're constantly drinking sugar and heavy uh, drinks that's filled with calories. Like I said, I mainly drink water and then vodka. And I used to do like the little sweet drinks, and I can't take them because they be giving me headaches. So give me water and vodka. Leave me alone.
Right.
And at 50, I don't have a bump on my face or anything. I'll be 50 soon, in the end of this month.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to understand that that's an issue. This is another thing, and you're not going to believe it. You're not pooping.
Yes. Eliminating.
Now, I don't suggest you do what I do, but I am a coffee enema sort of a gal.
Oh,
and I will stand on it for the rest of my life.
It works.
I'm going to do another podcast on fibroids because, I have them. I know a lot of women have them, and I want to be able to give you guys some insight on why you have them. But one of the reasons why I believe that fibroids are such an issue is because we're not getting rid of the toxins in our liver.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe, and you can do some research because I'm not your doctor, and your doctor going to tell you to get out their face, but I have had my fibroids reduce when I continuously do my coffee enemas, not using Folger's House and all those kind of old Dunkin' Donuts. Right. There's a specific coffee that's used for
enemas.
Mm-hmm. And I have filled them my fibroid reduce, specifically when I'm doing what I'm going to talk about in a second. But when you're not pooping, and I'm talking about a good full poop, chances are because you're not drinking any water,
not eating enough fiber,
you're not taking your magnesium.
Mm-hmm.
A side note, I believe, and you can do your research on magnesium, it's all out there, that magnesium will help break down a lot of these things within your body. But more than anything, it helps you relax. So if you're somebody that's always anxious, if you're not able to get some sleep, there's some really cool benefits to magnesium.
And then good for your heart too.
And it's good for your heart, all of that. As a matter of fact, I think when you have heart attacks, I believe that's one of the things they give you is magnesium.
That's true. I think
don't quote me, but I'm almost sure that it is. So not pooping, and I'm talking about a full poop, can cause your body and your peach to stink.
Yeah.
And you say, but that's the butt. They all in the same area, baby.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. This is something that's going to hurt a lot of people's feelings.
Right.
Seafood.
Ding. I was waiting on this one.
I'm so sorry.
I was waiting on this one.
I love seafood. Matter of fact, I had some the other day.
Yep.
But I can always 100% smell it in my body. It's the next day. The fresher the seafood, the more it's going to come out.
That's what I was going to say. Like, if we talking about you eating a can of tuna fish, more than likely that's not going to affect you. I don't know how much tuna you. I don't know how much tuna you eating.
I'm about to say a can probably will make the.
If you eating a whole lot, yeah. But it's not as fresh as we talking about freshly caught seafood.
Crabs,
yes,
lobster, shrimp,
mm-hmm.
Any of that. Like, I love. He taking some seafood, scallops, and all that.
All that.
I may not want to have. Especially if I'm not doing a number of these things. I believe even if I did go and I had some seafood the day before yesterday, and then I do have sex, because I am drinking water and I'm doing a lot of other things, it's not going to be as bad for me. But I can still, because I smell my panties, like I told you guys already, I would have detected it. Okay, I would have detected it. Seafood will come out in your peach.
Amen.
And I'm telling you, people out here lying. No, it don't. Yes, it does. Think about it. It's seafood, and you're eating seafood, and it's in your gut.
Some of them people are always eating seafood, and they always have a smelly peach.
And they're not drinking water.
And
These
they
are the same
don't
ones
know the difference.
Look at all the stories on YouTube with men talking about how these women are stinking. And I'm from what I'm told. I've had my experiences too, but again, I get up. This is back in the day. We not talking. It's almost like at this point over 20 years ago. From what I'm told, the prettier the girl, sometimes it's like the cooch.
Wow, that's sad.
I was told this. Look it up. Go to YouTube. Men are talking about it.
Listen, I told my son at a very young age when I knew he was, out there having sex with women. I said, it should not stink. And I let him know it should not stink. And if it's bad, if it's tearing your eyes or watering and something is wrong,
Something is wrong.
and please get up.
Which is also on this list. Another one is very important, is a heavy calorie, sugary diet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because again, we're talking about things not breaking down and the toxins wanting to release themselves from your body. So eating fiber, greens, any of those things on a regular basis can help you clean your system, which will help
eliminate,
freshen your peach. You can feel the difference. You can smell it and feel the difference from you. I can feel when I'm eating trash, because I do like the trash like the next person. You know, I do every now and again. I get a soda, but I really don't. And normally I like a soda after I've been out having fun, and then I want bubbles or, you know, something like that. But I felt the difference. But mainly when you have a heavy sugary diet with a lot of carbs and all that kind of stuff, it can make your peach stink.
Yeah.
Okay. And then another one on this list, and I'm gonna stop right here. You have a disease, baby.
Ooh.
It's a sexual disease and or a yeast infection that's not been taken care of, that's been allowed to go on for far too long.
Yes.
The vagina, the liquids in the vagina should be a thin consistency, not a creamy cottage cheese consistency. So if you find that you have a creamy cottage cheesy type consistency, you need to get that checked out. Sometimes around your period or your cycle, you may find that you have a change in the consistency. But I'd be hard pressed to find that cottage cheesy
not
thing
cottage cheese, no.
in your panties. If you see that, babies, please go to the doctors right now. That is not normal.
No.
And I'm not making fun of y'all. That's not normal.
It's not.
We're talking real here.
Nor is a yellow consistency.
If it's a brown
green
tint,
consistency.
If it's a brown tint, it better be around your cycle, right before it happens,
right after,
a little bit after it's ending. You know, these things are not normal. So it will absolutely cause your peach to stink.
Yes.
Okay. So we have to talk. The biggest thing I want you guys to take away from this is, number one, to get the help that you need, especially if you have a condition on the list that we talked about. But if you are doing any number of the other things, I want you to know that sex should not stink.
No.
Sex should not stink. I do know if you're using condoms, and you probably should. That can kind of that rubbery type odor.
Also, that was a really, really good point. Depending on the condom that you're using, it can cause an issue in your body.
Yes.
Some women are allergic to latex.
Got to put another one on the list.
Okay.
Some women are allergic to latex. I am too. So when I was using them, I had to get a certain
type of condom, correct,
so that I wouldn't do it. Men, they can also stink up your peach if you let them dump off in you. I don't know how I forgot this on the list.
You're so right.
So if you constantly letting men dump off in you and they aren't eating right and they aren't doing right, then you absolutely can have an odor in your peach.
Or a problem in your peach.
Throwing off your microbiology of your peach. And now, you know, your peach is some trash.
Another thing, that's the cousin of that you just said. If your partner, with male or female, is going down on you on your peach and they have a yuck mouth.
Yes, that can absolutely cause an issue. So if what we're talking about here is plaque in the mouth, unclean mouth, not brushing teeth, you know, they can give you a yeast infection from their mouth, and it can go right into your peach and cause an issue. So sex is not supposed to smell, you know, unless this is what you into. Like we talked earlier, y'all just want to have sex. Y'all was out all day, and y'all come in and y'all was dancing the night away, and y'all came in and y'all decided to do whatever. Even if you're sweating, it shouldn't kick up like that.
Correct.
Because if you're drinking water, if you're cleansing your body, even if you have a diet and when you eating a little carbs, you know, for a second, if you're doing the things mainly for the majority of the time, you should, even if you have a sweaty sex, it shouldn't smell like somebody died.
Oh, Lord.
So, and this is what we're talking about. So I'll run my list. Give me number one so I can elaborate.
Number one, you left your tampon in too long.
Don't do it.
Number two, no water intake.
You got to drink water, babies. And I'm not talking about the water they got a lot of water out there, the power water and all that. No, I mean water. If you want flavored water, get you a pitcher, cut you up maybe some cucumbers, maybe some different fruit and all that, and then
lemons,
whatever you
oranges.
got to do in a pitcher to make sure that you do that. Don't get the sugar water, because then you're going back to what we talking about, which is on the list, which is sugar.
Kool-Aid, talking about something. It's water. I made Kool-Aid with water.
And then we talking about water. Like for me, I drink about 2 of these a day, at least one.
She's talking about a liter and a half.
Liter of water. That's very important. Not your 8 ounce. I know something like, damn, I drink my water.
Drink my little bottle of water.
No, I'm talking about water. Water is expensive right now. So if you can't afford to get the bottles, get the pitchers and things like that filter water, but you need water. Give me the next one.
Drinking sugary drinks.
Sugary drinks. That includes your sugary water.
Yes.
Water. Or water. That's what you call
water. Not eliminating, no pooping.
You gotta poop, babies. Get your fiber in, your Raisin Bran or your Bran cereal, because Raisin Bran can have a lot of sugar in it too.
Yeah, it's true.
Your Bran cereal,
your Wheaties, your whatever,
your greens, whatever, Wheaties, your oatmeal, anything that's going to help you eliminate.
Greens. Yep. Next on the list, big seafood.
You gotta watch your seafood. First of all, y'all do know that lobsters are roaches of the sea.
Lobsters and shrimp, they said.
And shrimp.
Yeah.
So that literally means they eat off the floor of the bed, of the floor of the sea bed, and then we eat them. They're great.
Tastes good.
But of course it can make your peach stink.
Number 6. Heavy calorie, sugary calorie foods and carby foods.
A
sugary
bad diet is going to definitely cause it. Now, I again like my food like the rest, but I'm also eliminating. I'm drinking a lot of water. I'm making sure that I do my coffee enemas because I believe in them. So I'm doing what I need to make sure that my system is going. So if you aren't doing these things, you're going to have to watch your diet if a stinky peach is your concern.
Yes. And number 7, disease.
Go get checked, babies. The consistency of your peach should be thin.
We're talking about the discharge.
Like the discharge, the natural body mechanics it should be thin when you are having sex. It should be almost like a oily. You do this, and unless you are fertile, sometimes some women around their fertile time, they get a little thicker kind of consistency, and you can almost do your fingers like that to see it. Maybe pregnancy can probably cause it to be a little bit more thicker.
Yes.
But normally it should be clear. It should not be cottage cheesy or creamy like mayonnaise.
Oh no.
It's not supposed to be these things, babies. It's not supposed to be these things. Don't let these people out here set y'all up. And if you don't believe me, have a real conversation with your man or your girl.
And
say, I want you to be honest. Do I stink? Do my peach whatever? And if they be like,
if the voice go high,
they go high.
You hear that? They hear that voice go high. They lying.
Save yourself. Start doing the things on this list, and then call a day a day.
And the last one, number 8, you allow men to dump off in you.
Yes, I know that it's sexy to some of you, and then you want to, and it is. Some people answer it. You can't just be a lesbian and just be like, no, we don't let people. It's because you don't want nothing. The thing nowhere near you.
I mean, but I wasn't always a lesbian.
No, that's true. That's
true. I don't want to get pregnant.
Some people like it. They just be like, and they be like, man, it's just so good, man. I don't want to pull out. And like, pull, and they dump. And then he's like, it was so good he couldn't pull out. Now your peach stank, because if you continuously letting him do this, and then he's doing this on a regular basis, if he's yours, chances of you taking care of him and then getting the diet, whatever. But if he's out here for these streets, he's doing this to other women, not only are you opening yourselves up for sexually transmitted diseases, but you're also opening yourself up for more problems in your vagina area.
Yes.
And so this is not judgment. We gotta be real. Like these, I'm 50 and I've seen a lot, done even more. And I want to impart this upon you.
Because some people don't know.
Yeah.
I knew women that didn't have mothers or people in their lives that told them how to clean themselves properly when they wash up. And so they had no idea. 20-some years old, a whole grown woman, and did not know that it should not smell.
I
You know?
mean, she's absolutely right. I One of the things that I did was put in my books, specifically my book. I always try to put something in my books
Yeah. Little jewels.
leading to knowledge. Yeah,
Yeah.
on the surface is urban fiction,
Yeah.
but under it, it's so much more. And I always try to put those things. And I did that in one of my books called Shitless, SHYT,
Mhm.
where the girl had to be told how to clean herself because she didn't know. And a lot of girls don't. So it's not a lot of your fault.
Yeah.
What I will say is that you got to get honest with yourself and you got to get out of that blindness, because if you've gone this way for so long, you may not be able to know the difference. How you will know the difference is going back to what we discussed, getting on a clean diet. Do it for about 4 or 5 days.
Mhm.
Eat as clean as possible. Don't drink any drinks. Okay. After 4 or 5 days, if you want to go back on your bad stuff and watch how you can smell it. Then
Yep. Yep.
you be like, ooh, something. I can and smell your panties. Yours. I don't know why we are afraid to check on ourselves, to look at ourselves. This is our bodies.
Mm.
Look at, and if you don't want to smell them, look at them.
Yeah.
Make sure they're good.
That easy. Yeah.
That's how I feel. Now, before we go, since we've talked about this heavy, sensitive topic,
Yeah.
what we are doing is connecting women around the world with their possible friend. So both of y'all got stinky peaches, honey. Y'all could probably be really good friends and find out how to get each other together.
It is.
So what you got to do is go to bestfriendinthehandbag.com, jump in our DMs, give us your first name, the city and state, the hobby that you enjoy,
Be
and
real.
make it as real.
Be
What'd you
real.
say?
Be real. Be real about your hobbies. Don't lie. Don't make stuff up because it sounds good. Whatever it is you like to do, whatever floats your boat, makes you happy, say that.
Say that. After you do that, also tell us why you are a good friend. What makes you a good friend? Why you're looking for another friend.
Mm.
And make sure you are willing to be this. Don't use people as playdates.
Right. Mm.
So if this interests you, go to our Facebook, jump in our DMs, and we want to hook you up.
Yes, sir. With your new best friend.
Ooh,
Uh-oh. I know that face.
all this talk about stinky peaches
It just makes you feel weird inside, doesn't it?
made me feel gross. Pop me in your purse and hide me, baby. I need to get clean.
Amen.
We talk to you later.
Next time.
Bye.